Wasn't pretty, but I thought we continued to fight and claw and scratch and stay in the basketball game. We didn't play very well for 32 minutes, but the last 8 minutes I thought we played extremely hard, competed. People stepped up and made key plays with the game on the line, and this is a big win for our team, and it has tournament implications with this win, and very excited that we could finish Lindsey Keller and Tony Young's career with a win here at Gallagher-Iba.
You mentioned the last 8 minutes is when you started to really come on. Is there a specific moment that you feel like was a turning point, or was it kind of a combination of things?
I thought Tiff started making some plays, got a steal, went in for a layup. I just thought that she really brought some energy that we didn't have the first 32 minutes. And I thought Kendra Settles just kind of put us on her back and willed us to win. She hit a three. She had a nice drive to the lane. I was waiting for her to give it back up, and she just kept going and had a nice take to the hole. And thought she played extremely well and stepped up with the game on the line.
Obviously, Tony didn't have her typical night. How important is it for people like Kendra and some of those supporting players to step up and kind of fill that for them?
Well, it is, and it's hard to score on them with their size and their athleticism inside. NECA and McGee Stafford are just really talented and long, and I thought we missed some easy shots right at the rim, but we kind of had our eye where they were at, and I think their length caused some of our shots that we missed, but we finished those at the end. Hindsight's 20/20. If I had to do it over again, I probably wouldn't have started in a zone. I thought we played passive out of that. We were playing some percentages that they were only shooting 23% beyond the arc, so we were going to try to pack it in. But when we do that, it seems like we start to play a little soft and a little tentative, and when we went to man, it started to change it around a little bit.
You mentioned Tiffany. I mean, she made the 2 free throws down the stretch to kind of seal the deal, and then got the steal in the basket kind of on their last possession. Just how big was she?
It was very big, and she's been there, and as many minutes as she's played, we expect her to make those plays, and she stepped up and made them at key times. And what doesn't show up in the scorebook is I thought she did an exceptional job on Fussell. Fussell, we held her to 9 points on 3 of 10 for shooting. It was 1 for 8, and the one she hit was deep and near the end of the game to cut it to 2. But we felt like that was a key going into the game, that we needed to hold her in check.
You mentioned having tournament implications. Obviously, it keeps you in line for the hunt for a first-round bye in the Big 12. How big would that be able to get one of those first-round byes?
Well, it's just huge, especially when you're playing with a short bench, and we're playing 5, 6, maybe 7 players. You don't want to have to go in there and play numerous nights, and it's an extra day's rest for us. So it's very important in that sense, for sure.
I know you're not on the selection committee, but you think this gets you in?
Well, I believe it does. I mean, we've got a good RPI. We're playing in the #1 RPI conference in America. 8 and 10 got in last year, and we've got our 9th win already on it. So if history holds true on it, 9 wins in the #1 RPI conference in the country should get you in.
You guys obviously have a quick turnaround now before you go to Ames. Just kind of what are the next couple of days going to be like, as far as you mentioned the short bench, so resting them but also getting them ready to go to Iowa State?
It's going to be more mental preparation than physical preparation. We're going to watch a lot of film. We got some people that are beat up a little bit right now. They'll be fine, but we need they're in the cold tub right now, which they love, and just trying to get some aches and pains out, but they'll all be fine and ready to play on Monday at Ames.
After a physical game like this, do you feel confident going into Ames, even though it was such a physical game, I guess?
Well, I mean, I feel a lot better going in there after a victory than I would. I don't know how comfortable anybody feels going into Ames. It's a tough venue to play in, and Coach Finley's been very strong with his program for years, and especially at home. So we got a big challenge ahead of us, but I'm going to try to enjoy this for the next 10, 12 hours anyway.
What makes it such a tough venue?
It's their fan base. You know, you're going to have 10 to 11,000 people there that are screaming and live for the women's program and the Cyclone program there, and you see it on the men's side now, but just very loyal and knowledgeable fans at Iowa State.
You talk about crowd noise. We saw you at one point today trying to pump up the crowd, a little more animated than we're used to seeing you. What was it about the crowd today that really affected your team?
Well, I believe our team fed off of that. I was wanting to get, you know, and for 30 minutes, we didn't warrant excitement out of our crowd, but we were starting to make a little run, and I was just asking for some help out of them, and they responded, and we're very appreciative of that. And I believe that our crowd made a huge difference in the ball game the last 7, 8 minutes. We were tired, and I really believe that it energized our team, motivated them, got them with a little more bounce in their step, and that's what I was trying to do, and very appreciative that our crowd responded.
I know you're not big on revenge games and those types of things, but you guys got Iowa State pretty good here in January. What do you expect to see from
They're going to be ready.
Yeah.
They're going to be ready. They're going to be locked in. It's a program with a lot of pride, and you know that Coach Finley's reminded them of that. And we better be ready when we step between the lines, because Iowa State will be.
Now, you guys got off to a little bit of a slow start. Was it just because, you know, it is such an emotional day with, you know, Lindsay and Tony just graduating?
I don't think it was that as much, Nick, as the fact that our team knew the magnitude of this game. I think we played a little nervous to start out. I think they knew that this game was important for us to get to the tournament, and I just think we played nervous. And then again, I take some responsibility. I started us in the wrong defense, and when you do that, we started off a little passive, a little tentative, and so I assume responsibility for that.
Anything else?
Thank you all, appreciate it.